A while ago when T.I.'s son King was getting a lot of flack and a lot of heat in the media, that to me he just looked like a young kid that wanted to prove to his father that he was a man.
I know you. I know you. I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know you though. I know.
Spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his going to prison.
King Harris's world just spun out of control after his mama, Tiny, hit T.I. with straight-up divorce papers. And the streets are buzzing over why. The real sting? She served him right after T.I. publicly cut ties with King following his messy arrest, leaving fans asking how deep this family fracture really goes. What's wild is, T.I. isn't even putting up a fight. No begging, no let's fix this moment. Nothing. Instead, he's letting the marriage crumble, and now the whole household is in chaos. Brothers, sisters, even cousins are pointing fingers, accusing each other of who pushed King down the wrong path. The air is so toxic right now that people close to the family say the drama is tearing the entire Harris empire apart. And here's the big question. Who's really at fault? The parents who poured money, love, and fame into King's hands? Or King himself, who tossed it all away chasing that fake gangster image? This split between Tiny and T.I. shook fans to the core because, let's be real, these two have survived cheating scandals, business drama, and the kind of fights that would have crushed any other couple. But the cracks in their love story had been showing for years, and October 2024 turned out to be the breaking point when King's reckless arrest dragged the whole family into the spotlight once again. That night, King was caught whipping his BMW out of a gas station like he owned the streets, swerving so recklessly, he almost slammed into a cop car. And as if the timing wasn't already tragic, things got even uglier the second the officers walked up to his ride. They leaned in, took one whiff, and instantly caught that strong weed smell blowing out the windows. From there, the situation spiraled into a scandal that would haunt the Harris family name in ways no one saw coming.
I need you to step out the vehicle.
What you want to do? You want to take my gun out of my head?
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well?
There's guns on there.
All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You got to take.
There's no safety.
Just take
Okay.
the clip out.
Well, I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Let me just set this down right here. You'd step
Can I
out
get
for
out
me.
now?
Yes, sir.
Then came the part that turned a bad stop into a full-blown disaster. Cops spotted a gun tucked right in King's waistband. At that moment, it was game over. They yanked the weapon, slapped cuffs on him, and ran his name through the system.
Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest.
Are you straight?
I'm going to be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just going to take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure of this.
Just take a step to the side for me.
And that's when the real bombshell dropped. An old warrant from 2022 popped up with a laundry list of charges: overspeeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. All stacked against him like ghosts from the past coming back for revenge. The crazy thing? King could have walked away from that night with just a reckless ticket if he had kept his cool. But instead, his past mistakes came crawling out the shadows. And once that arrest footage leaked online, the internet ate him alive. The comments were brutal. Fans clowning, haters calling him spoiled, and even supporters saying, this might be the end of the road for King. But here's the twist. For once, King wasn't wildin' out. The 30-minute video showed a completely different side of him. No yelling, no trying to flex, none of that I'm untouchable attitude. You could literally see it in his eyes. Regret, frustration, like he finally realized he had crossed a line he couldn't joke his way out of. Even the arresting officer seemed shocked at how calm King stayed the whole time. But don't get it twisted. His good behavior didn't save him. He still got hauled straight to DeKalb County Jail before being transferred to Pickens County once the warrant was recalled. And when that video spread like wildfire across social media, fans wasted no time ripping him apart in the comments. Some saying he needed this wake-up call, others calling it the final nail in his career. One fan didn't hold back, calling King a trust fund prison punk. And that jab went viral with likes piling up just because of how cold people thought it was. Another comment hit even harder, blasting him with, "He thinks mommy and daddy's money will save him, but he want to act like he came up from nothing." The internet was cutting deep, but here's the twist. King wasn't the only one taking the blows. The fallout slammed straight into his parents' marriage, ripping those cracks we already talked about wide open. I tried to play the role of a heartbroken father, but Tiny, she was done with the act. She was furious, and she came with receipts. In her divorce papers, she straight up listed King's spiral into chaos as the breaking point. And what shocked everyone even more? Ty didn't even try to fight it. No counterclaims, no let's work it out, nothing. To him, he had fulfilled his role as a dad, and if King crashed out, it was on King alone. It sounds harsh, but T, I had been warning about this train wreck for years. Back in 2022, when King started going viral for his reckless behavior, T.I. literally went online and begged his son to chill out. He warned King was sprinting down a dangerous path, saying straight up he was gonna land in jail if he didn't change. He even admitted he had told Tiny and King's grandmother the same thing, that they all needed to keep an eye on him before it was too late. And T.I. wasn't just talking as a preacher. He was talking as a man who lived that life, who knew the real cost of prison, and who didn't want his son falling into the same pit.
Hitting me and giving me my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay? I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son? Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas, his ass going to prison. If you got to keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's gonna turn out.
But Tiny, she wasn't having it. She flipped that narrative in court and used it as ammo, claiming T.I. had failed his role as a father. She said if he had been more present, more strict, more of a real leader at home, then King wouldn't have gone so far off the rails. And let's be real, Tiny wasn't lying when she said, T.I. failed at playing the role of a father. He was in and out of prison from the moment she found out she was pregnant with King. By the time T.I. finally got out for good, King had already learned how to grow up without a real dad around. And even when T.I. was free, his presence didn't exactly change much. Word is, he allegedly sent King off to live with his grandmother most of the time. King himself once admitted that, even though his parents had stacks of money, he didn't actually grow up spoiled in their mansion. Instead, he was raised in his grandma's house.
This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name? My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File show. What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here.
With very little to his own name. The craziest part? King revealed the only times he even got to come stay at his parents' house were when the cameras were rolling for their reality TV show. That right there says it all. He was more of a storyline than a son, at least in his own eyes. With a home life like that, it's no shock King started searching for distractions in the streets. Every stunt he pulled, every video he posted, it all pushed him closer to the edge of a prison cell. And one infamous moment in 2022 showed just how far gone he was. The Waffle House meltdown. It started over something as small as pickles on a sandwich. That's right. The worker accidentally added pickles King didn't ask for, and instead of just sending it back, he lost it. King went off, screaming at the employee like the world had ended. To make it worse,
Him look better. He said he know not you. Silver spoon. I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, Tip used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the
You
fight.
cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every
It's so
day.
terrible.
I know you capping. I know you. I know you. I know you.
Shut up. Shut
I
up.
know you
Ain't no
though.
mystery about here.
I know you though.
Man,
I know
get
you
your
know.
fat ass
I know. I know you know. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business.
He pulled out his phone, recorded the whole scene, and blasted it across social media. But instead of looking like a tough guy, the video made him look like a spoiled kid throwing a tantrum. Fans dragged him, and people started questioning why T.I. was letting his son run wild with zero control. So when T.I. dropped that public video warning King about his reckless ways, Tiny was livid. She felt like all that fatherly wisdom was about 10 years too late. In her eyes, if he had stepped up and done the real work of guiding and disciplining King back then, none of this mess would have even happened. For a minute, it looked like things calmed down between them. But deep down, T.I. couldn't hide his disappointment in King. And eventually, it exploded. In front of thousands of people at an Atlanta Falcons game. It all kicked off when King started running his mouth about not growing up privileged. That hit a nerve with T.I., who immediately clapped back, telling him he had grown up with nothing but privilege. He reminded King that he literally had a silver spoon in his mouth from day one. King didn't want to hear it, and before anybody could step in, he was squaring up with his own father, throwing hands in public. The footage was wild. The way T.I. squared up, it didn't even look like a father disciplining his son. It looked like he was about to knock him out cold. The clip blew up online in minutes, racking up thousands of likes and comments. Some people actually praised T.I., saying, he should have whooped him long ago. Another viral comment compared it to an overdue library book, saying when you don't handle the problem early, it comes back bigger and nastier. Fans even started posting "Pray for the Harris family" because the whole thing felt like a public meltdown spiraling out of control. But Tiny? She was not standing for it. She hated how T.I. embarrassed their son in front of the whole world. And to make it worse, when they got home, she found out T.I. had gone one step further. He kicked King out of the house completely, telling him to figure out survival on his own. To Tiny, that was crossing the line. She believed T.I. had gone way too far, and that moment became the final crack that snapped their marriage apart, pushing her to finally cut him off for good. Another bomb Tiny dropped in those divorce papers.
So motherfucking 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too, my time.
Huh?
But when you got drugs, it ain't illegal.
I know.
Y'all got drugs around those legal guns.
That called
It's not legal.
possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She called out T.I.'s long history of cheating and violence. For years, she said she watched him step out on their marriage, then come back with sweet talk and empty promises about changing. But lie after lie stacked up until she couldn't ignore the truth anymore. By the time King spun into his own chaos, Tiny wasn't just angry at her son. She was looking straight at the man who raised him and realizing the cycle had never been broken. That's why she finally cut T.I. off. What really broke her wasn't just King's arrest. It was seeing that he wasn't paving his own road. He was following the exact same blueprint his father once walked. The jail stints, the tough guy image, the reckless behavior. The same things that built T.I.'s street reputation are the same traps King is now crashing into. So when T.I. publicly disowned his son after the arrest, Tiny snapped. To her, it wasn't just a rejection of King, it was T.I. turning his back on his own reflection. And King's desperation for his father's approval is written all over his actions. Look at the way he's always flexing guns online, trying to project that real deal energy. After the arrest footage blew up, fans even started saying King deliberately put himself in that position, like he wanted to get booked just to earn stripes and prove his street cred. Some fans actually believed King had finally achieved what he always wanted, the image of a rugged guy who could survive the same path his dad once did. Others said all of his antics are nothing more than desperate grabs for T.I.'s attention and respect. And honestly, it might have worked. Because let's not forget, T.I. and Boozy both had to check their sons on camera, making sure the world knew this new generation wasn't untouchable. King and Boozy's son, Tootie Raw, were supposed to be filming a music video, but instead of focusing on the music,
I became a father, so I got 2 grandchildren now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah, I got 2 granddaughters. I got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all times. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
The two were busy flashing guns like they were deep in a trap house. That's when the fathers had to step in. You could hear the frustration in T.I.'s voice as he checked King, asking him why he was so obsessed with looking tough when there were women around. The whole vibe shifted from a rap video to a straight-up lecture on camera. I didn't mince words. He warned King and Tootie that one slip-up, one illegal weapon, one wrong move could destroy their lives forever. Both he and Boozy came down hard, dead serious in a way that showed they weren't playing around. For a moment, it looks like T.I. was really trying to steer his son back on track. But when Tiny caught wind of the situation, she wasn't clapping for T.I. She was furious, not because she approved of King's reckless flexing, but because she hated how T.I. blasted their son's business for the whole world to see. In her eyes, this lecture was years too late anyway. King wasn't doing anything new. He was just mirroring the same gun-flashing lifestyle he'd watched his father glorify for years. And then came the final straw, King's baby mama drama. Out of nowhere, I went on a podcast and proudly announced that he was about to become a grandfather again because King was expecting a child. To Tiny, that wasn't fatherly pride. It was T.I. endorsing King's reckless lifestyle. She couldn't believe her ears. After all the chaos, all the fights, and all the public embarrassments, hearing T.I. spin King's situation as something to celebrate was the moment that finally made her snap. The whole baby situation turned into a bizarre headline grabber of its own. Rumors started flying that King's baby mama, Big Nana, was way older than him. Some even claimed she only linked up with him to chase a bag, while King was too young and reckless to see it. But King? He wasn't fazed one bit. He was hyped about stepping into fatherhood and didn't care what anyone said. When their son was born in November 2024, King was over the moon.
Hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this little I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. Lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And, he like to walk around the house. So
he jumped into the father role head first, posting nonstop about his new baby and bragging proudly across social media. He even dropped a heartfelt track called Dear Son, where he rapped about stepping up as a dad. In one post, he captioned it, November 5th, 8:09 a.m. Welcome, King Jr. Time to take over. For a moment, it really looked like King was ready to level up, like fatherhood was forcing him to grow and finally slow down. For Tiny, that was the silver lining. She loved seeing King be a present father, something she felt T.I. never managed to do when King was young. Watching her son break the cycle gave her hope that maybe this new baby would be the anchor King desperately needed. For a second, it felt like a turning point. But then, reality hit hard. While King was online glowing as a proud dad, his mugshot and arrest video were still being shared everywhere, making sure the world didn't forget that he was knee-deep in legal trouble. The contrast was wild. 1 minute fans were congratulating him on his son, the next they were clowning him for his reckless arrest. And just like that, King's fatherhood story became another messy chapter in the Harris family drama. Through all of this chaos, T.I. tried to wear the mask of a supportive dad, but the disappointment in his eyes was impossible to hide. And for Tiny, that was unforgivable. She might have swallowed the cheating, the fights, even the public scandals. But watching T.I. be so ashamed of his own son that he refused to live under the same roof with him, that was the dagger that broke her heart for good. So when those divorce papers finally landed, nobody in the industry was shocked. This wasn't some random split. It was the final blow in a marriage that had been hanging by a thread for years. And Tiny? She's finished. She's not hiding behind T.I.'s image anymore, not covering up his mistakes, and definitely not protecting him from the consequences of how he handled their family. Now the only question left is what T.I. does next. Does he step up, speak out, and try to fix what's left? Or does he stay silent, the same way he did with King, letting everything collapse until the Harris legacy is nothing but broken pieces? Because right now, it looks like this family might already be past saving. And I gotta know what you think. Is this the end of Tiny and T.I. for good? Or is there still a chance they patch things up for the family's sake? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time.